Hello, I'm Sylvia. Welcome to my channel. Today's Mother's Day. I want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. At the same time, I also want to share something that is tender to my heart. With holiday, there's different emotions that could come up. It could be warmth, gratitude, appreciation, and it could also be confusion, um, distant, or even grief. If that's you, I want you to know that I'm in this with you and you are not alone. So, in a recent conversation, we talked about something related to parent and child relationship and how it is more complicated. So, it really got me thinking um, in this dynamic, the things we say or don't or do or not, being present or the lack of presence, everything just landed in the body much deeper and have more impact throughout our life. It really shapes how we see the world, how we feel loved or how we feel safe, and really the way we see ourselves. And I think a lot of times that we have this invisible expectations about roles, right? Like how a mother should be, how a daughter should be, how like all different roles has its own job description. And we could learn this from like TV shows, movies, or stories we hear, or maybe really just that deep longing inside of us. I remember this conversation with my mom. She once, or actually several times, asked me why I don't share my life with her. And the time I respond to her is like after some of the healing I did, and I tell her my truth. I share that I'm really used to be by myself and handling things myself since that's how I grew up. Most of the time, she's not really around. And so I didn't really get to develop the habit for sharing and bonding with her that way. And I wish we could have more time together, me and my mom, and maybe things would be different. And my mom responded and shared with me that she was so busy at that time. It's just like she's constantly working, so she couldn't. And I tell her that I understand. I see how hard she worked and provide for the family, and I have deep appreciation for that. And it's just sad we that's the reality that we lived at that time. And it's okay. I'm not saying that to blame her, but really grieve together with her. And I think for me, I can understand my mom's struggle and really how she has her own season and her own life experience and survival strategy. That's just a human, just like me, like anyone in the world has their own stories. And the opposite is similar. My mom would have her expectations of me, how I should be as a daughter, and I carry that almost all my life. Even till now, like I have more of a sense of who I am and what I want to be, where I want to go. When my mom shared her hope for me that is different from where I am now, I can still sensing like there's something tighten in my body and almost like a dagger in my heart that I'm disappointing my mom. I could easily go into that shame spiral and not enoughness. And naming all this experience, it brings me some sadness. I can sensing my inner child, that young Sylvia's longing and hoping for a loving, caring, tentative mom that could be there for her always and all the time. And it makes sense. But if I were to hold that lens, that would bring me so much pain and it wouldn't get me to see my mom as a human, but a role. Yeah, that would be so sad that I didn't get to know her story, her life experiences. I think that would my mom might feel the same, like when she asks me about my life. Um, and that's just the complexity of that between a role that we need to feel and also being a human as with the fresh and with all the things we are going through. Maybe you have your experiences with your parents or your children that can be similar or different from this, but it might also have all different emotions that come up for you. And I want to take a moment to sit with those emotions. It might be sadness, might be grief. We can noticing where it is in our body. And it could be confusion or rage or even disgust. Let's give it some space and some loving attention to hold it there, to let them know it is seen and we are there with the experience together. I also want to hold those moments that the longing for connection didn't get to meet and the disconnections from all the maybe trauma responses or the reactivity from our nervous systems. And also those moments when love and pain just get entangled together and know where to go and know when to hold. And maybe also acknowledge how hard it is to fulfill a role and at the same time to be ourselves. Holding that tenderness in my heart. And I have this longing for all of us. Maybe we can start to see each other's humanness underneath of the role that we carry. and having a little bit more curiosity and compassion on how you might feel, how you might have different opinions, and how's your life stories like and the inner world like. And just holding each other with gentleness, warmth, and care. And really naming and knowing the complexity of the relationship, especially with our parents and children, and the impact it could have in our body. And this sharing is not to excuse or um, create an escape for any harm that was caused. It is really creating the space and tenderness for any emotions that's arising and how it is impacting our body. I think that's enough for today, and I'm grateful for you to join me in this tender place. And I'll see you next time. Feel free to leave a comment below. Bye.